My name is Harkishan Singh and my student ID is 20173052. First, we will talk about introduction slide. In this introduction, the project has been made on the basis of the company named Sid Mel Limited that manufactures variety snacks and wants to introduce new products. For the decision regarding that the project is made, there has been various techniques for valuation that has been used such as IRR and NPV, profitability index, discontinued payback period that provides the ability to make the decision for the project. Also, the sensitivity analysis has been done for the project to be evaluated in the performance of the said project that has been used. We will discuss the complete analysis of the project in the upcoming slides. Net present value. Net present value is the difference between present value of cash flow and present value of the cash flow outflow for the project. It helps in the determination of the project value of the future cash flow of the company, that helps in the ascertainment of the value that can be used for the analysis of the project. The method has been applied in the project for the proper valuation of the options that are required for the selection of one particular variable that will be required for the selection. NPV account for the time value of money and can be used to compare the rates of return of different projects, or compare NPV or compare projected rate of the return with the hurdle rate required to approve an investment. The time value of the money is represented in the NPV formula by the discount rate, which might be a hurdle rate for a project based on a company cost of capital. No matter how the discount rate is determined, a negative NPV shows that the expected rate of return will fall short of it, meaning that the project will not create any value. NPV for the project, mainly the NPV that has been calculated based on the performance, shows the desired result as well. Net present value, the formula that has been used for the valuation in the reference of calculation of the NPV, will be like presented value of cash outflow that has been used and the value that has been like derived based on that will be 36,540 and 5022, that is like positive for the valuation that help in the assessment of the project. The result has been obtained from the application of the formulas that are desired for the calculation for the measurement, that is brief suited for the analysis, in this case related to the result that has been assigned in part of calculation that has been identified in this part of the project.
Myself Komal Datosania, my student ID 20173261. Profitability Index. The Profitability Index PI is a measure of a project's investment's attractiveness. The PI is calculated by dividing the present value of future accepted cash flows by the initial attractive projects. Under the capital constraint and mutual exclusive projects, only those with the highest place should be undertaken. The profitability index is an appraisal technique applied to potential capital outlays. The method divides the projected capital inflow by the projected capital outflow. To determine the profitability of a project, as indicated by the aforementioned formula, the profitability index uses the present value of future cash flows and the initial investment to represent aforementioned variables. Because profitability index calculation cannot be negative, they consequently must be converted to be positive figures before they are deemed useful. Calculation greater than 1 indicated the future anticipated discounted cash flows of the project are greater than the anticipated discounted cash outflows. Calculation less than 1 indicated the deficit of the outflows is greater than the discounted inflows, and the project should not be accepted calculations that equal one bring about a situation of indifferences where any gains or losses from the project are minimal. PI for the project. There has been a proper formula and method that has been used for the calculation of the future cash flow that has been identified based on the prediction that has been made for the references that will be identified in the cases as a part of a circulation that has been done in the regard that has been mentioned in the cases for the reference of the project that has been identified in the influence in the working in the case. Profitability index. Another method that has been used in the evaluation of the project that has been developed on the basis of the prediction and the data that has been used for the evaluation. In this case, that has been a state that has been a proper identification of the index value as a 1.458 that comes to the more than 1 which is good investment. Sensitivity analysis. Based on operating cost, the company operating cost will be equal to 25% of the sales revenue, not including depreciation. Since the point in the calculation has been same the estimated there will be a proper margin that they says that there will be no difference in the expense percentage from the original figure that shows the project is more relatable as compared to the scenario which shows the project is relatable for the purpose of the analysis in the sense of the projection and the analysis it will be selected on the basis on the variable based on the project of a weighted average cost of capital will be estimated to the 99.45% of the project that will be measured as the figure that has been analyzed on the basis figure that will be different from the original weighted average cost of capital from the project that has been mentioned for the analysis that has been based on the calculation will be made for sure for the proper incentive salary that will be based on working that has been made sure for the calculation it also calculation same as the original figure that has been made estimated for the proper improvisation that will be provided that based on the project will be not selected.
My name is my name is Harish Kumar Mohammadlal Salvi. My student ID is 20173258. Uh, the corporate tax rate that will be applicable for the measurement of the project will be 30% based on the entity beginning non-based rate entity that will help in case of the proper identification of the result that shown the solution has been based on the selection that has been mentioned for the result that from the original figure for the non-base rate entity that has been identified in this case which will make sensitive relation to the task has been assigned in this case for the project. From the overall assessment it has been decided that the project will be overall selected on the basis of both the sensitive analysis and the financial analysis that has been made sure for the proper implementation in this case. Corporate governance is the structure of rules, practice and process used to direct to and manage a company board to director is the primary force influencing corporate governance. Corporate governance covers the areas of environmental awareness, ethical behavior, corporate strategy, composition, and risk management. Good corporate governance is create transports rules control provides guidance to leadership and interests of shareholders direct management and employees. It promotes long-term financial visibility opportunity and return. It can facilitate the raising of capital Good corporate governance can translate to rise share price. It is a game plan for realization and long-term success. Corporate governance in project. After the implementation of the performance that has been based on the corporate governance, it can be measured that the performance has been stable. The project that will be introduced will be being profit to the company. NPV has been positive in the selection, and that there will be proper identification of the working. There will be a proper after tax analysis that will be made on the basis of the performance that shown the working of the corporate governance will be positive. Conclusion: based on the presentation that has been made in this case of analysis of the project that has helped in the making of the product by has been made uh, based on various variable that has been uh, adopted in this case. The decision that has been based on the source that has been identified and figures that has been calculated for the measurement in this case that has been calculated provide that the decision will be that the project will be selected for the analysis of on the working of the being done. All the factors measurement for the analysis shown positive sign for the calculation that made been decision that the project will be overall selected.